Hello, trader. Hope that you had an enjoyable weekend. And we are starting another trading week after the NFP. And with that new opening, as NFP data has come to be little optimistic for DXY, that might what I think that XAUUSD may go down for a deeper pullback. So looking at the lower time frame, we can see that past week we have seen that indication of this pullback creating series of lower high in that area consolidation, and there is a break of support here that we can see on this lower time frame. Now in this upcoming week, especially tomorrow with the market open, what kind of opportunity we might see in this market? Let's first look at again on the monthly chart to see overall direction in this market. Now looking at monthly here, we can see there is a monthly long week, and this monthly candle, there is a huge long week rejection from the top with a healthy body and also with a long week at the bottom here. And with that monthly rejection from this resistance line, we can see that after quite a few months of bullish move from this resistance, the market has got a rejection towards the downside. Now with that rejection, as this market is having a reaction from the top from this all-time high, XAUUSD may potentially drop down further here as there is an imbalance here. And what I think that the market may come down for a deeper pullback. Though we see there is a long wick at the top, it is probability for a weak fill as the market already has made significant move, and there is a probability for further deeper pullback here before it potentially bounce back up. So looking at the weekly chart here to see what kind of price action. Now from the weekly, we can see that there was a weekly doji followed by previous week the NFP one. Also from this doji, the market managed to break below and candle close here, the price still maintaining the higher low with this weekly high. And we can see there is a weekly support here, which is a very important support of this doji turning resistance, and from that level expecting XAUUSD after retest to potentially drop down. Now the other scenario is the market is still to maintain higher low and then bounce back to the upside. Now the probability to drop is higher than going back to the upside, as there is a very sharp rejection from an all-time high. And this market, if we look at the overall picture, it's already over extended in one direction, and this is the weekly bullish engulfer that we have seen. The price has moved back to the upside. Potentially we could see, I think, the long term to retest this weekly support level, as from the monthly and weekly we can see the market was in a strong bullish move quite a few months. Now if we look at the daily chart to see that potential for further drop is, here is the daily long week candle. This daily long week candle was a strong rejection from the top, followed by we can see that another daily doji here, and this daily candle also grab that a liquidity and maintain that series of lower high here. And with that series of lower high formation, the market last day of trading week form a daily doji. Now if we compare the last 2 days of the trading week from the daily, we can see the bears made a big red candle followed by the bulls made a long week doji. So that means the sellers still active along the way. So whenever the bulls trying to break that high, the sellers selling this market here. And therefore this week what I think that any bounce to the upside on the lower time frame can be a potential for further drop. We can expect from the daily to break potentially below this low, and there's a huge fair value gap here. If we look at here, this green zone here, it's a full imbalance in the market. And what I think that if the market managed to break below, we may see that the price potentially drop here to this order block that we could see on the lower time frame, a potential double bottom formation here. So looking at the 4 hour chart here, we can see this is an order block, and that level, once the market moved back to the upside with this momentum, there has been a lot of imbalance that has not been tested along the way. And as this market started to break below from the top with a multiple liquidity gap, what I think that if we see a strong liquidity rejection from the top, we may see that XAUUSD potentially trend back down here to this order block before it start its move back again in the major direction of the trend. This is a probability. Now if we drop down to further lower time frame from 1 hour chart here, what we can see that there was an attempt from the buyers, and last day of trading during the NFP we saw a huge break of structure here. Now what I think that here the market may try to pull back up again. This is NFP move here, and this candle has a volume in it, therefore any pullback to the upside is potentially to drop. So for short term perspective, we'll be looking to sell in that zone on the lower time frame. As soon as you will find that the market has moved back up, tested that low, tested that high, this liquidity zone, which is, if we look at here from the 1 hour, we can see quite a few doji, and that zone is a high liquidity. And as the market moves from liquidity to liquidity, expecting XAUUSD to retest and then to revert back down to this support level. So this could be the potential wave for the upcoming week. As soon as we will find suitable entry, we will be looking for selling this instrument. Traders, if you enjoy this education and analysis, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Thank you, and I'll see you soon in my next analysis.